Are you planning to move to Australia but worried if your job will still be in demand? With major changes expected in the skilled occupation list, your future could depend on what's coming next. Stay with us to find out which careers are rising, which are at risk, and how to position yourself for a successful visa in 2025 and beyond. Thinking about moving to Australia on a skilled visa? Then this video is exactly what you need. The skilled occupation list is changing, and those changes could seriously affect your visa options. In the next few minutes, we'll cover the latest predictions, which occupations might be added or removed, and how you can prepare to boost your chances. Whether you're in healthcare, tech, education, engineering, or trades, this update could shape your future. And if you're serious about staying up to date on Australia visa news, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below with your occupation. Let's see if it's on the list. Today, we're talking about Australia's skilled occupation list predictions and what that could mean for your visa prospects. In this update, we'll explore current trends, what experts are expecting to change, which occupations may be added or removed, and how you can prepare to increase your chances of success. So let's jump right in. Over the last few years, the Australian government has been using the Skilled Occupation List, SOL, as a major tool for shaping migration policy. This list determines which occupations are in high demand, and it's used for several visa pathways, including skilled independent visas, employer-sponsored visas, and regional skilled migration. Changes to the SOL affect thousands of applicants each year. What we know now is that demand in certain sectors is growing due to economic shifts, technology development, aging workforce, infrastructure expansion, and public health priorities. These forces are shaping expectations about which occupations might move up, which might be cut down, and which will stay stable. First, let's consider sectors likely to see increases in demand. Healthcare continues to be a strong one. Australia is facing an aging population, particularly in rural and regional areas, which leads to increasing need for aged care workers, allied health professionals, mental health services, and general practitioners. Occupations like physiotherapists, occupational therapists, speech pathologists may see more weight. Nurses, especially specialized roles like intensive care, neonatal, and community health nurses, are expected to remain critical. Public health administration, especially roles related to disease prevention, epidemiology, and health data analysis, are likely to grow. The pandemic underscored how important these roles are. Roles involving telehealth, remote health provision, and health technology integration are also expected to see more recognition in skilled lists. Technology and digital transformation are another strong trend. Software development, cybersecurity, data analysis and data science, artificial intelligence and machine learning specialists, cloud computing engineers, DevOps roles, its systems architects, all of these are likely to remain high on demand. Automation and robotics may also lead to roles in industrial automation engineers and robotics technicians being more considered. In infrastructure and construction, we can expect some changes. Australia has made commitments to renewable energy, sustainable infrastructure, and major civil engineering projects. Occupations like civil engineers, structural engineers, electrical engineers with renewable energy experience, environmental engineers, project managers with infrastructure skills may get priority. In addition, tradespeople such as electricians, plumbers, carpenters, welders, and heavy vehicle mechanics for mining and transport sectors are often in demand, especially in regional areas. In agriculture and food processing, there might be moderate growth. Australia's agricultural sector is affected by climate change, labor shortages, and international demand. So skills in agronomy, agricultural science, food technology, veterinary science may be more valued. Roles in biosecurity and quarantine, plant health, and food safety could be more relevant. Education is another area to watch. There is expected demand for teachers in both early childhood education and secondary education, particularly in maths, sciences, special needs, English as second language. Also, vocations for vocational training and trades instruction may be considered. On the flip side, which occupations may risk removal or deprioritization? First, any occupation that has experienced oversupply in recent years might face scrutiny. Roles in lower-level administration, general clerical services, perhaps some hospitality roles may be considered less critical unless they involve specialized skills or regional necessity. Some mid-level skilled roles that are more easily automatable or outsourced might also be under pressure. If a job can be performed remotely or via technology or through contract arrangements abroad, governments may deprioritize them unless there's a strong local need. There may also be an increasing emphasis on regional needs. If an occupation is in demand only in big cities but not in regional or remote areas, it might have less traction. Migration policy often tries to spread population and skills into rural areas, so occupations with applicability in regional settings may get preference. Now, let's talk predictions. Based on recent indicators, government publications, migration trends, job market reports, stakeholder feedback, here are some occupations that are strong candidates for inclusion or upgrade soon. Roles in mental health, counselors, psychologists, speech pathologists, audiologists, also specialist medical practitioners, cybersecurity specialists and data scientists, environmental and sustainability specialists, renewable energy engineers, infrastructure project managers, teachers in sciences and maths, early childhood educators, aged care workers, agricultural scientists, veterinary roles, transport engineers, heavy vehicle mechanics, tradespeople with digital or green skills. Additionally, some occupations may receive conditional priority. For example, jobs in regional areas or those requiring certification or advanced qualifications might be more likely to stay or be added. There's also likely to be increased emphasis on digital literacy and combining domain knowledge with tech skills. For example, health informatics, agricultural technology, food processing automation. On the other hand, predicted removals or deferrals might include occupations that have growing numbers of domestic graduates and where job vacancy rates are slowing. Some general administrative roles, basic accounting roles without specialization, certain hospitality and food service roles, maybe some retail and sales jobs unless they have unique or technical aspects. It's also possible that the skilled occupation list will be reorganized to align more with Australia's climate goals. For instance, jobs linked to carbon reduction, renewable energy, environmental protection, waste management, water resource management may get more weight. Roles that contribute to Australia's net zero commitments, such as renewable energy engineers, wind turbine technicians, solar panel installers, could see new entries or upgraded status. We should also expect revisiting of salary thresholds, qualification requirements, English proficiency levels. The government might tighten requirements for some visas to ensure only those with high skill and ability come in, especially in high supply areas. They may also implement region-specific lists that differ from national ones. Another trend, temporary skill shortages. When certain areas like mining, agriculture, health, or aged care have acute shortages, there may be short-term adjustments to occupation lists. These often come with faster processing times or special regional incentives. How should you prepare if you want to benefit from these predicted updates? First, monitor official sources, Department of Home Affairs publications, migration planning levels, annual skills shortage reports, regional workforce needs. These give good signals of what is coming. Second, evaluate your own occupation. See if it aligns with growing demand in health, tech, environment, infrastructure. If it does, try to strengthen specialization, get additional certification, gain regionally relevant experience or credentials. Third, improve qualifications or skills in tech integration, sustainability, green energy, digital tools. For example, doctors or health workers who have telehealth or informatics experience, engineers with renewable energy project experience, teachers comfortable with online education or ESL, tradespeople familiar with solar or wind technology. Fourth, consider location. Regional Australia often has greater demand and less competition. Being open to moves to less populated states or territories or regional towns can make a big difference. Regional visas may offer added benefits, priority, or easier occupation requirements. Fifth, stay updated on migration policy changes, visa rule changes, assessment authority updates, occupation assessments, and skill assessments. Sometimes delays or modifications occur, so being aware avoids surprises. In many cases, networking with people already in Australia or working with migration agents or advocates familiar with skilled migration can provide insights and warnings early. Let's also touch on visa pathways likely to be affected by the sole changes. Skilled independent visa, employer-sponsored visas, state-nominated visas, regional migration visas are all dependent somewhat on the skilled occupation list. When occupations shift, state nomination lists might diverge from national lists. Some states may add occupations earlier or more aggressively if they have regional shortages. Also, visa processing times might change. If demand surges for certain occupations, backlog may increase, or the government may allocate more resources and have faster processing. Likewise, fee structures might be adjusted or priority given for occupations in critical sectors. Cost of living and settlement factors shouldn't be overlooked. Even if an occupation is included, getting work, licensing, and registration can present challenges, especially in health or teaching. For international applicants anticipating visa changes, it's beneficial to research recognition of credentials, required exams, bridging courses, cost of licensing. Case studies or examples help. Take nurses. Registered nurses have long been on lists, but there may be increasing demand for specializations like midwifery, critical care, mental health. Speech pathologists have already been recognized as needed, but as telehealth becomes more accepted, demand may broaden. Similarly, in tech, cybersecurity roles used to be niche, but now government, critical infrastructure, defense are pushing for higher standards and more personnel. Green energy transitions are creating newer roles that didn't exist a decade ago. Wind turbine technicians, solar installation specialists, environmental impact assessors. One more nuance: domestic education trends. Australia's own universities are turning out more graduates in some fields. This means oversupply might be flagged. For example, law, arts, some generalist business degrees may see more competition. For occupations with growing numbers of qualified applicants but low job openings, priority may shift away unless they have specialization or regional designation. Also, immigration policy is a political issue. Government budget planning, public opinion, economic performance, public health emergencies all play into how lenient or strict the migration rules are. For instance, during economic downturns or when unemployment rises, governments often restrict visa quotas. This can influence which occupations are considered high priority. During boom times, shortages become more pressing and lists can expand. So what might be special for 2025-2026 cycle? Predictions include a stronger tilt towards environment and sustainability roles, more digital and tech-related occupations being baked in, more health specializations, more attention to regional shortages, and perhaps stricter requirements in some oversupplied occupation areas. There might also be a shift toward occupation lists that differ state to state, giving more power to states to nominate or promote occupations based on local labor needs. If you're watching this, thinking of applying, here are action items. Research your occupation now. See its current status on the skilled occupation list. Find out if your role has any indicators of increasing demand. If not, see if you can acquire additional skills, specialization, or credentials. Consider moving to regional Australia. Keep track of updated government lists and announcements. Prepare documentation well ahead. If you can, work with others who have successfully navigated the visa process. Also, budgeting is important. Migration isn't just about the visa fee. There are costs of skills assessments, certification, translations, medical checks, possible bridging courses, moving and settling in Australia. Planning financially will reduce stress if things change. Finally, manage expectations. Inclusion in the occupation list doesn't guarantee visa approval. Other factors like age, English proficiency, work experience, sponsorship or nomination, point score, health and character requirements also matter. Sometimes being just outside the cutoff on points can delay or block visa. To wrap up, the skilled occupation list in Australia is likely to evolve in ways that reflect global and domestic priorities: health, technology, environment, infrastructure, regional development. Some occupations will gain priority, others may face removal or stricter requirements. If you align your skills, gain relevant experience, focus on specialization and regional demand, you'll be in a stronger position. Thanks so much for watching. If you got value from this video, hit that like button. Subscribe for more detailed visa updates, and don't forget to turn on the bell so you're first to know when new info drops. If you've got questions or if your job is on the skilled list, share it in the comments. We read every one. The Australian skilled migration process can be challenging, but with the right info and preparation, you can stay ahead. Good luck on your journey, and we'll see you in the next video.